So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what comes in this system. We have our hose with a couple hose clamps, our stainless steel pedal system, some rubber feet and hose clamps, some bolts and hardware, the riser poles, the adjustable arm and spray nozzle, and the stand feet. So this right here is everything you need to set up the ultimate spray gun system. So to put this spray gun together, you're going to need a couple tools. Flathead screwdriver, 1/2-inch wrench, a ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket, or you can use an impact driver with a 1/2-inch bit attachment. An 11mm socket, you can use it on a ratchet, or you can get an adapter and put it into your impact driver. And a 7mm socket, which you can use again with the impact driver or a ratchet. Those are the tools you're going to need to put this thing together. So we're going to go ahead and attach the feet, or rubber feet here, to our stand base. There's an L shape here on the stand base, and we want that L bracket facing upward. So we're going to take each one of the rubber feet and we're going to put them behind these bottom holes here. We're going to take one of our flathead screws and push it through. We're going to take one of those 11mm nuts, thread it onto that bolt. You're going to want to put the flathead screwdriver onto that bolt and either use your ratchet or your impact driver and just tighten it up a smidge, and that screwdriver will hold it in place. And they don't have to be super tight. And that's all there is to it. And we're just going to do that for the rest of these 4 legs. Now that we've gotten our rubber feet attached to the base, it's on to the next step. The next step is going to be attached to the riser, these vertical stand parts. There's 2 poles and they're both identical, so just pick one. We're going to orient our stand base so that it's kind of creating this X position. We're going to take our riser, our vertical stand here, and orient the holes so they match up those on the side of the legs. We're going to get our 1/2-inch bolts. Now these bolts are different sizes, so make sure you get the shorter bolts. I like to put them in and dry fit them through. And go ahead and just put them on there loosely. And then once both of them are on, I go ahead and tighten it down. If you tighten one down before you tighten the other one down, sometimes the holes are more difficult to get aligned. So go ahead and get them in there loose. Make sure they go through. To tighten it down, I use my 1/2-inch wrench and I put it onto one of the nut, either the nut or the bolt end, and I take the other 1/2-inch driver on the impact gun and tighten it down. It doesn't have to be super tight. They are locking nuts, but go ahead and just give it a little squeeze of the trigger. And once you feel it suck in nice and tight, you know it's sturdy. The next step is to attach the second part of the riser to the stand. Take the longer 1/2-inch bolts and align them. Again, dry fitting before you tighten anything down so they slide into the holes easily. I like to put a nut on the end just in case it wants to slide out. We do the second one. Just kind of wiggle it around a little bit until it feeds right through the hole. Okay, and we'll put that second nut on the end. We'll take our 1/2-inch wrench, hold it on the back side, and our impact driver or your ratchet on the front. Just give it a little tighten. Second one. Little tighten, and it's locked in place and it's not going anywhere. I do want to point out that the head of the bolt is on the front part of the stand where the legs are longer, and the back part of the stand where we have short legs here is where the nuts are. The next step of the process is going to be to attach our spray nozzle head, or adjustable spray nozzle head. To get this started, I'm going to go ahead and attach our adjustable T-handle just in the back section for now. And this just threads right in. And all this is going to do is prevent the arm from pivoting past a certain point while I'm attaching it to my stand here. Now once we have our T-handle attached to our spray arm here, we've got to attach the spray handle to the riser. but we need to also attach this hose clamp. So when we attach the hose clamp, we're going to put the hose clamp on the opposite side of the T-handle. We're going to put our bolt through each one of those holes, and then we're going to slide those 2 bolts into the holes. Our hose clamp is in the back. We're going to thread these bolts on loosely because we may have to move this hose clamp around a little bit before we attach the hose. So we're going to thread these on just hand tight, nothing super tight. It's still going to wobble and move because we have to attach the hose and get it onto the front head of the sprayer here. So before we tighten these bolts down, we're going to go ahead and take our hose, we're going to slide it up through the clamp, and we're going to make sure that we have enough play in this hose so it's not going to get kinked wherever we move our adjustable arm here. We're going to take our hose clamps, slide them on. I like to slide them on opposite and opposed. And what that means is when I put them on, they're going to be on the same side, but they're be threaded from the opposite direction. This is why I put the T-handle on, because I can tighten that T-handle and it's going to keep it in a nice position for me. I'm going to push down on the hose and make sure that we're going to get a good seal around the barbed fitting here. Take our first hose clamp. The hose clamp uses a 7mm socket, or you can use a flathead screwdriver. Find the first one. Tighten. Again, it does not have to be super tight. Put our second clamp on. Double check our adjustment again, make sure we're not getting any kinking. Okay, pretty good shape there. Once we attach our hose to the barbed fittings here and we made sure there's no kinks here in the hose, go and get our 1/2-inch socket and wrench and just give it a little tighten. Now the hose is still adjustable in and out, so if you make it a little bit too tight on this section so it doesn't move as freely as you want it to, you can just slide that hose up and down this clamp. Next, we're going to take our second T-handle and we're going to put it into this adjustment point here. We're just going to thread it in. And that's going to allow you to adjust the angle of the actual nozzle itself. The last part of the assembly is attaching the hose to our pedal system. Again, I'm going to put these on opposite and opposed. I'm going to slide the hose over top our barbed fitting. I'm going to put one in nice and tight close to the fitting using our 7mm ratchet, and then we're going to slide the second one down right up next to it. And that's all there is to it. So this hose stand is adjustable in the back for height. It's adjustable in the front to change the angle the nozzle is going to be moving. The pedals here have a couple options. You have a front pedal here, which is going to manually turn it on and off. So you just use your foot to turn the water on and off. You have a pedal here on the side. This is going to be pushed down and it locks in the on position, so your feet don't have to be doing anything. And to turn that off, you just hit the off button here and all the pedals release. The entire thing is operated via this threaded hose system right here, so you just connect into a hose to your main water supply, and that's it. Now the last part of the assembly is attaching the hose to our pedal system. Again, I'm going to put these on opposite and opposed onto the hose first. I'm going to slide the hose over top our barbed fit. I'm going to slide the hose over top our barbed fitting. I'm going to put one in nice and tight close to the fitting using our 7mm ratchet, and then we're going to slide the second one down right up next to it. And that's it.